All right, so we finally got ERROL Spence versus Shawn Porter, September 28th on pay-per-view. Also on that card, Anthony DeVero versus David Benavidez for the WBC Super Middleweight title. It's lit.
Welcome to Real Life Boxing!
Blessed, loving, blessed day, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fire and this is Real Life Boxing. They have finally set the date for ERROL Spence versus Shawn Porter, September 28th on pay-per-view. Hey, before we get into it, I'm gonna ask you guys to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded. And you can be notified when we're going live. Let's talk about it. This fight has been in the talks for a while, a few months now, going back and forth. If it's gonna be on pay-per-view, if it's gonna be on Showtime or Fox, regular TV, whatever. Finally, they have set it in stone for September 28th on pay-per-view. That's what's up. An awesome doubleheader, says Bad Left Hook Boxing. Lance Pugmire reports that the long-brewing welterweight unification between ERROL Spence Jr. and Shawn Porter will take place September 28th at Los Angeles Staples Center, while Mike Coppinger adds that David Benavidez will challenge Anthony DeVero for the WBC Super Middleweight title in the pay-per-view co-feature. That's what's up. David Benavidez was stripped of that title when he tested positive for the, he got stripped. We've known about both fights for a while. Originally thought to be a part of Deontay Wilder Luis Ortiz 2 undercard, but that fight was recently pushed back to November. Hey, that news came out also, which I didn't cover it because I just, going back and forth and stuff with stuff like that, I just kind of, leave it until the final date is set. From a matchmaking and entertainment standpoint, this is a terrific pair of fights. Can't say I agree with locking the card behind a paywall though, especially since PBC will want as many eyes on Spence as possible while they work on Terrence Crawford unification. Plus, Benavidez has the tools to be a star, so he could use as much exposure as possible. Now, my thoughts on the pay-per-view and stuff like that. Some people will say, oh, Shawn Porter is not a pay-per-view star and whatnot, in ERROL Spence had the help of Mikey Garcia, but I feel like this fight can be a pay-per-view type of fight once it's all said and done. Like, it's worth, I feel like this fight, can be worth, definitely a pay-per-view. I feel like this fight can be like a fight of the year type fight. Like, Shawn Porter's a dog and ERROL Spence stays coming forward. So it's a lot of people think that ERROL Spence is just gonna walk through Shawn Porter, but like, I don't really see that happening. So both of these dudes are kind of like, going forward guys. So if that happens, it's a clash in the middle. I just think it's a good fight, and it can turn out to be worth pay-per-view. But with Anthony DeVero and David Benavidez on the card, I think that it's worth. I think that it's worth it. That's a pretty good card. And for me, I feel like, that's all they need to do with the pay-per-view cards. You have the main event, and then you put another, good fight on underneath it, like a world championship fight like this one. Anthony DeVero against David Benavidez. You know what I mean? You can't really complain about that if they do that. Rather than just putting one good fight as the main event and then a bunch of level B fights or second tier fights, underneath that. Feel like it's good if they have at least like two, main event type fights, then, that's a good pay-per-view. You know what I mean? So, like I said, to me, it doesn't matter either way. I'm covering them joints, but, excited about that fight. Excited about Anthony DeVero and David Benavidez as well. That should be a really good fight. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. I'm glad that they finally announced it, because they was, all over the place with it, saying ERROL was ducking, or Shawn Porter's Dad came out and said that E. Diddy came out and said that they hadn't signed yet, that ERROL Spence and them hadn't signed yet, and then ERROL Spence's trainer came out and said that they signed the contract a long time ago. So I'm glad that it's set in stone now. September 28th, going into the fall in the latter half of the year with a bang. You know what I mean? As a boxing fans, you gotta love it. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. It's ERROL Spence versus Shawn Porter, Anthony Durrell versus David Benavidez Jr. Keep fighting the fight. Protect yourself at all times, baby. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.